Hey YouTubers, this here is Cincy Gunner, and this is my 2021 gun collection. First off, I'm going to say real quick, all these have been safety checked, none of them are loaded, so the YouTube police, don't worry about it. Alright, first one here is a Generation 1 M&P 9. This thing I picked up, it was a LE trade-in. I did replace a few things. I replaced all the springs, polished the internals, replaced the palm swell with a core palm swell. Got a TRL1 light laser combo. Did put some crappy aftermarket sights on there, color filled the name in. Looks like the laser etching on there from this police department was Cincinnati, which is the city I live in. Overall, great gun, love it. Shoots very well. Came with one 17-round magazine. Besides that, I did replace, I picked up two of them that were aftermarket, and I was able to put the Smith & Wesson base plates on there just to make it look, a little more real than the aftermarket. Second one here, this used to be my EDC. This here, as you can tell, is a Glock 26 Gen 3 9mm. This thing I have upgraded a few things. I got True Glow Pro night sights. Did replace the back plate with an aftermarket. Polished, some of the internals. Did replace the trigger with a CMC flat face trigger. I did color fill in the logo on the slide there, just to give it some contrast. Shoots great. I've got probably less than 300 rounds to this gun. Again, it used to be an EDC, but kind of moved on from there. It looks like here I got this is a 12-round magazine that I put an extended base plate on. I think it's +3, maybe +4. Also got the original 10-round magazine. I think this here is the Pierce Pinky extension. Do have the hollows in it, both of them actually. Next one here, seems like everyone's got one of these. It's a Taurus G2C. As far as upgrading on this one, I did replace the trigger. This is a more of a flat face trigger with the blade safety in there. Shoots pretty well. I like the double action capabilities on this one. Sights are all original. I did color fill in the front one to give it a little contrast with the red. Overall, good shooter. Came with two, I think it's 12-round magazines. And I do have the hollows in there as well. Next one here. This here is my SIG P320 RX version. This one, the only things I've kind of upgraded on here is the Wilson Combat grip module. I got the shroud for the Romeo 1 to go around it and protect it. I did upgrade the trigger to a Legion flat face trigger. Came factory with the suppressor height night sights, and things are great. As far as the Wilson Combat, I love this grip module. I did replace the extended mag release. It would only fit in this module, wouldn't fit in my standard P320 grip modules. I did polish some of the internals on this one as well. Great shooter. This one I probably have less than 300 rounds. It does have one of this cheap Amazon front lights on it. Nothing special. Actually barely works, but hey, it's something. It's better than nothing. Overall, been very pleased with it. I think this one ran me, I think they price matched at Cabela's. It was roughly, $750, almost $800. Did come with two 17-round magazines. Since then, I have upgraded a bunch. I got a couple 17s, couple 15s, two 20-rounders. Next one here, this is my regular EDC. This here is a SIG P365. This one, now I've done a lot of work to this thing. Sent off the slide to get Cerakoted and milled for the Romeo Zero. I bought the shroud from SIG to cover the optic. I did have the guy that Cerakoted and milled the slide to Cerakote, the takedown lever, trigger, back plate, mag release. I did that gold fill-in on the grip module. Now the TRL6, I did put that on there, as well as I did replace the trigger. That's not a factory SIG P365 trigger. I think that one does come in the XL version. But overall, great shooter. I also did, I almost forgot, I did replace the recoil spring with a DPMS recoil reduction. And it makes it less snappy. I enjoy it. Here's some footage of me shooting it. This thing, again, as you can see, very minimal recoil at the range. This thing's always a blast to shoot, no pun intended. Very fun, very easy to conceal. As far as the Cerakote, very nice. It's holding up very well. It did come with a couple magazines. It was one 12-rounder. Well, this one here is a 15-rounder, which I've upgraded. I bought separate. This one did come factory with it, a 12-round flush fitting, another 12-round with a pinky extension. This one's a 10-round flush fitting. This one here is a 12-round extended. Overall, great gun. I did get it. It was one of the earlier models. I haven't had any issues with my gun at all. This one here did pick up at a pawn store during the pandemic. I did remove the safety. My hands are not that big, but holding this gun, it would always engage the safety. So, of course, YouTube police, I know you're going to get on me about it, but I did remove the safety just due to it just being such a pain in the ass to shoot it. Every other one, it would go into safety and I couldn't shoot it. This one here is a Raven Arms MP25, I believe. Did come with one 6 or 7 round magazine. I did purchase one on eBay as well. Did find some little 25 ACP hollow points. But yeah, overall, this thing's a good little pocket gun, or put it in an ankle holster. Nobody would know. Overall, based off the serial number, it showed it was from the 70s, so pretty nice. This one here is my Bulgarian Makarov 9x18. Did pick this up about a year and a half ago. As far as upgrades on this one, I've only replaced the trigger spring since usually them are probably not replaced very often. This thing hurts like hell when I shoot it. The back of my hand, it just digs, so don't shoot it very often. I do have it just for historical reasons, and it's the cool factor. But as far as shooting it, for me, not practical, not really fun. And again, that might be different for you, but it wasn't one of my favorites. It did come with one magazine, which I believe it holds 5 or 6. I did buy an additional one. Next one here is going to be the Taurus 605 revolver. This thing is 357 Magnum. Also shoots 38 as well. Picked that up fairly cheap. I think literally I paid maybe $150 for this gun. The gun store I got it from said some guy bought it, and I guess he carried it so much that there was a little surface rust on it. So tried to take care of what I could. I did color fill the front sight just to give it some contrast. Overall, I haven't shot it much, but from my experience shooting it, you know, it's a fun little gun. And again, it shoots 357 Magnum or 38 Special. So overall, for the price, you know, 150 bucks, can't really beat it. Did find some hollow points for it. Next one here, one of my favorites. This here is a SIG P229 Elite. This thing, I guess, was a police refurbished gun. Came with the red box from SIG. As far as upgrades on this, only thing I've done is I replaced the grips. As you can tell, the grip screws. Did put a TL Mini 1 on there. Did replace the trigger. That trigger is adjustable. I do believe I got it from Armory Craft. As far as anything else, yeah, I haven't really done anything else to it. You know, it does have SIG night sights. It does shoot very straight. Very little to no recoil. The trigger, very nice, and you can adjust the take up. Yeah, very nice. I love this gun. Overall, you know, definitely worth the money. I think I paid roughly, you know, $650, $700. But it did come with 3, I think it is 15 round mags. And as you can, you know, with SIG, they are very expensive with their mags. They're very proud of them. But yeah, it did come with 3 mags. And so far, no issues with it whatsoever. You know, if you have a chance to pick one up, definitely do it. This one here is another cheap little pickup. It's a Beretta Neos U22. Looks like a space gun. Of course, I threw this little cheap True Glow red dot on there just to kind of give it some kind of sights. As far as upgrades on this one, haven't done anything besides, you know, tear it apart, clean it. It's really weird. It's hard to, you know, when you put the magazine, insert the magazine and try to fire this thing, it has failure to feeds, double feeds, stovepipes. As far as my experience with it, not reliable whatsoever. Yeah, again, it was, you know, probably 150 bucks, but for me, not really worth it. You know, I shot it once, never shot it again, and per this video, it's been sold, considering, you know, I didn't like it that much. I think it's a cool, you know, feature as far as how it looks. You know, it's a cool idea. Too bad it didn't pan out very well, but this thing is chambered in 22 long rifle. I think it did come with 2 10-round magazines, which, you know, these things run maybe 25, 30 bucks for the magazines. You know, again, per this video, I have sold it already. But not one of my favorite guns, you know, and obviously not my worst gun, but, you know, one that I obviously got rid of. Here, another cheap one. This is a Ramirez Arms J9. I think it's the Urban Green. You know, very cheap gun. This one hurts the hell out of my hand when I shoot it. Nothing special. It's kind of like a high point in my book. You know, at least a high point doesn't, you know, necessarily dig in my hand. This thing's got a loaded chamber indicator on the back there. It does have that front sight, which is nice. You know, it's nice and illuminated. The sights, or the grips suck. You know, there's no gripping on them at all. Very heavy gun. You know, it's literally a brick. I think it did come with 2 12-round magazines. Pretty cheap quality. Nothing special. Yes, if I had to do it over again, I would not purchase this gun. Now, obviously, depending on your financial needs, you know, sometimes you need protection. On to the next one here. This one is a Smith & Wesson 5906, I believe. This thing was in rough shape when I got it. The frame was really pitted. The slide was rusted, very pitted. there was just all kinds of issues. So what I did was I actually kind of polished the slide out, did fill in some of the pitting on the frame itself. Did some research to figure out exactly how to do it the correct way, which, I didn't do an amazing job, refinishing it, but it was better than what it was. If you've seen how it was before, that thing wasn't worth, $150 as it sat. Did come with one magazine. Now, this is not for this gun. It's not for this gun, but it is 17 rounds. These two, again, very cheap. Wouldn't buy them unless you absolutely had to. This one here is a Browning Hi-Point FN. Very rough condition. Aim Surplus, usually in their showroom, have a bunch of one-off guns that are cheap and in really bad shape that they'll sell fairly cheap. This thing came rusted, and I actually stripped it, all the bluing off that I could, just to try to do something. I was thinking about maybe Cerakoting it or re-bluing it, but in the process, as of to this date, this gun has been sold. So really, I didn't care too much to do too much with it because someone else was going to do that. Grips are very in rough shape. As far as the gun itself, it did shoot okay. I think it is single action only. And it does have a magazine disconnect. Next one here, this one I got from a pond near me. This is a Auto Ordnance 1911 chambered in 45 ACP. Overall, it was in decent shape. I mean, it does have a lot of slide wear. I did purchase the original grips that would have went on it from eBay for $20. Somebody did replace the safety as well as the grip safety and the skeletonized hammer there. But overall, I haven't done anything to this besides the grips and clean everything up pretty nice, just so it ran a lot smoother. Very accurate gun, very fun, and a blast to shoot. This gun here, definitely one of my favorites. Did come with it came with one 7-round magazine. I did purchase an additional one that is from another 1911. These do have hollow points in them. Very sweet gun, love it. Definitely we'll keep that for a while. This one here is my wife's favorite. This is a Taurus TX22, chambered in 22 long rifle. This gun here, very, very fun to shoot, very cheap on ammo. Did replace the back strap there, the back plate with a charging handle one. Does have the Sig Sauer suppressor, which makes it even that much funner to shoot, but not that much funner to clean, that's for sure. Did stick a cheap Amazon light on here. I think as far as upgrades, that's all I did do. It does have a pretty high capacity, 15 rounds, I believe. It does come with 2 magazines. Alright, on to the next one here. This one here I've been saving for my younger kids to get older and shoot. It is a Rossi RS22, again chambered in 22 long rifle. It did come with one, I believe it's maybe a 10-round magazine. Have not shot it, so I cannot say how it shoots, but as far as how it feels in the hand and just the quality of it, I mean, it's for $139, I believe. You really can't beat it. It is fairly cheap. I figured it would be a great weapon for my kids to train on, considering they're young and really can't deal with the recoil. Next one here, this is a Palmetto State Armory AK. Very fun gun to shoot here. doesn't have too much recoil. It does have the side folding stock, which is all Magpul, which it came with. It does have the adjustable buttstock, Magpul hand grip, as well as the Magpul handguard. This thing probably has less than 300 rounds total, so it's overall kind of sits in the safe. Here are some steel Croatia steel Croatia 30 round mags. I did have to grind them down with my Dremel to get them to fit properly, but they do work. Here's I believe a 40 round Magpul. Overall, amazing gun. Like I said, if you get a chance, pick one up. I have no regrets on purchasing that one. This next one here, honestly, it might sound funny to most of you guys, but is one of my favorites. As far as accuracy, this thing is dead nuts. It did come with one 10-round magazine. With it, I purchased an additional Red Ball 20-round mag, which makes it a little easier to not have to keep loading and keep shooting. Overall, like I said, this thing is dead nuts accurate. Out of all the guns, rifles here on my bed, this one is definitely the most accurate. I know it's a high point and people talk a lot of shit about them, but as far as handguns, to each his own. With the carbine here, you really can't beat a carbine 9mm. That works and has no issue and has a lifetime warranty for, I think I paid maybe $230 from a local gun shop. It was used, but overall, really enjoy that one. But overall, kind of was a pain in the ass trying to get this thing apart. Made out of cheap metal and cheap plastic, but overall I did get it apart, and it's still working. So you know what they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. This one here has got to be my most favorite gun, and I know, like everyone says, their baby. This is, if I would have to say one of the guns is my baby, this is it. This one here, which I haven't seen in the mini collections, is a Sig Sauer P226 Legion, single action only. This gun here did come factory with the Sig Romeo 1, factory with the G10 grips, and that PVD finish, which honestly, the finish sucks. It wears off so quick. It does have the Gray Guns flat face trigger. Overall, amazing gun. I can't say enough about this gun. I did upgrade the stainless steel guide rod there. I thought it looked a little